television shows, including The West Wing. Now she can be seen each week on the popular Fox series House. Please welcome Lisa Edelstein. It's funny. Thanks so much for being here. It's,
yes.
You know, people tend to think that when you've been working in television as long as I have, that you'd get jaded about it. I'm a huge fan of the show House, so much so that when I got to shoot something on the set of your show...
For the Emmys.
For the Emmys, at one point, I did a quick scene with Hugh Laurie, who I think is a god, and then I wandered, at one point, in between takes, I wandered away, and I realized I was in Cuddy's office, your character's office, and I was a real geek about the whole thing. I was like, I'm in the office from the House. And you'd think, you know, I've been in television a long time.
You know, I had some spare sets of panties in that office that went missing. Is there something you want to say?
I am wearing those over the unitard, yeah. There's unitard panties. It gets very complicated, and then a suit.
But it feels great.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that was... Yes, it does. Yeah. That's for you and I to talk about off camera later. Yeah, but that was a big kick for me to even get to do that.
You did. It was really fun. We all got to go to the Emmys this year. You did a really great job.
Yeah, I didn't get to see you. Did you have a good time at the actual show?
We had so much fun. I thought it was hilarious. In fact, I ended up having a really horrifying celebrity sighting while I was there, because my mother came with me. It was the perfect mother and daughter weekend. And we went in line to wait for the ladies' room, and standing in front of me was somebody so tall that I was actually looking at the small of his back.
Right.
And I looked up and I said, "My God, how tall are you, sir?"
Right.
And he said, "Why, I'm 7'9". And I said, "And what is your name?" And he said, "My name is Kareem."
Yeah.
And then I said, like an idiot, "Why, you are Kareem Abdul-Jabbar." Why, you are an expert at martial arts as well as an expert at basketball. And then he looked down at me and he said, "Well, thank you for acknowledging that."
Yeah.
And then I had a panic attack, because then I thought I'd confused him with another 7'9" tall man that was on him. Like, I had a total panic attack.
Well, we used him in a bit on the show, and so he was there. It's so funny that why were you talking like someone who, like, you were talking like a dubbed Italian movie, you know? Greetings, Hercules, you know.
It truly was that stiff. Like, I wish my mouth probably was moving at a different time as the actual
Yeah, it was
words
all out of
coming
sync. And why was he in line for the ladies' room? That's my...
You know, that hadn't occurred to me.
I guess it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He can do what he wants. I'm going to the ladies' room.
Or Faka.
Now, House, of course, has a huge following, and it's the kind of show... There's that famous quote, God is in the details. There's so much thought put into the writing that it would attract, I think, the most fervent kind of web fans. Do you know what I mean? People getting on the web and talking about the show and trying to dissect everything that's happening.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, they do that. Except what's interesting is that my boobs have become really controversial.
On the web, the fans are...
Everything on the show, I have controversial breasts.
Why are they controversial?
Because some people feel that the shirts are too low cut. A dean of medicine would never wear shirts that low cut. Other people argue she's not a real dean of medicine. It's dean of medicine on television. Other women then stepped in and said, my boobs are bigger than hers. I've got real cleavage. She has no right to show cleavage. That's not even a cleavage. And then it just became this whole... It spiraled out of control.
First of all, that's crazy. I love it when people are, you know what I mean, that people would get that worked up about it. But then I think it's stranger that you're reading it. You know what I mean?
It gets crazy. Why? It's a disease to look. I shouldn't ever look. But I kind of deserve seeing an argument about my breasts just because I look.
By people who are really putting a lot of thought into it. Yes. Spending hours and hours on it.
Way too much.
You've been working in television for a while, and you've had some sort of interesting roles over time. On Ally McBeal, you played a transsexual.
Yes, transgender.
Transgender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woman with a penis. Woman with a penis. Transsexual is just kind of
Can we just say woman with a penis from now on?
Woman with a penis, yeah.
Weird to hear it on television.
I know. It's so exciting, though.
Maybe. I will not reveal whether or not I find that exciting.
Well, that's why
I simply acknowledge. Yeah, I simply acknowledge that there's a woman with a penis sometimes, but I refuse to say whether or not I'm giddy about that. But it's very cool. So you play this role.
Yes.
Now, first of all, and what I heard is that some people, you were so convincing in the role that you had some fans that actually thought you might
be a man.
They'd
run up to me on the street and just say, I totally believe it, and then run away.
I get that, too. For very different reasons.
You know, but what's interesting is that there was a guy that played a man on Nip Tuck who, in the end, it was revealed, had no penis at all. And I ran into that actor at a party, and all I could think was, this man has no penis. So
I'm very uncomfortable with this area. Does his character at least have a name, or on the credits is he guy with no penis?
I can't. He was a doctor. He was the evil serial killer doctor. I can't remember what his name is. It doesn't matter. It's no penis.
That's all you're thinking about. Yeah. Okay. The show. If anyone's not watching this show, they should. It's fantastic. House airs Tuesdays at 9 on Fox, and you should watch it. Lisa, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. Lisa Edelstein, we'll take a break. When we come back, Jet is here. Stick around.